what's up guys? This is Coach David coming at you from Fit in 42 La Quinta. And the purpose of this video is to give a few of my video editing tips. These are a few things that I have my team utilize here so that we can get the cleanest and the most clear-cut, professional-looking videos that we possibly can here at our studio. I'm not a video professional, I don't claim to be, but I think these are a few tips that make every video look a lot better, because sometimes you can get a really awesome client come into your studio, and if you have a really awesome client, let's say they're a really good boxer and they do really, really well, and you want to capture that and you want to share it so that you can get more people into the studio, sometimes they might be doing some crazy movements and they're killing it, but if we record them wrong and the editing comes out wrong, you might take away from their movement and you might take away from the coolness of it. So these are a few things that I like to use to make my videos transition a little bit smoother, to move a little bit smoother, and kind of capture a little bit bigger of an audience. Let's go into it. These are my tips. All right, so tip number one, that's gonna be your transitions. Your transitions from clip to clip and movement to movement. So one of the most common things to do is when someone gets video editing apps, video editing softwares, they go through all the transitions. They're like, oh, this is cool, it zooms in, or it's, it just spins around, whatever it is, and then I go into another clip. And that's what they do, and they do it a lot, and then it ends up being just kind of like a kaleidoscope of a video, and it can take the viewer out of what's going on. Instead of them being like, oh my God, this studio is great, like, okay, this video is kind of crazy. And it'll take them out of the seat. So these are two different examples. One, I'm gonna use a transition, and the other one, I'm gonna use a cut to transition. So, and this cut is actually called a match cut. And now what a match cut is me doing motion and capturing motion of something, and then cutting in to another motion, taking over that motion. So then what you do is you're taking your audience from one motion, and without them even knowing it, now I'm putting them somewhere else by completing the motion with another clip. So here are the examples. Tip number two is going to be clip speed. Sometimes we're filming something that we wish could be a little bit faster and a little bit cooler looking, and we want to speed it up. So then we go in and we speed it up, but then we speed it way too fast. So then it almost becomes comical. And then again, it takes the person that's watching the video out of the video because it's a little bit too fast, a little bit too comical because they're moving. Now they're looking at that person like that person's getting a good workout, but it takes them away a little bit. When instead, if you want to speed something up, I recommend speeding it up just a nudge, and that's going to make it realistic looking, and it's going to make it look a lot cooler. Tip number three, and the final tip, is gonna be your frame, right? What is your frame? What are you recording? So right now I'm recording myself talking, so I'm really close to myself, so the main focus is me, right? I'm not recording myself like this talking, I'm recording myself here. Now, when you record someone inside of a classroom, sometimes you'll see something cool and you wanna record someone, but you get a lot of emptiness on the background, and when you go back and you watch the video, you're like, that doesn't look as cool as I thought. And that's because instead of you getting a point where you're only focusing on that person and the movement of that person in the frame, you recorded a lot of empty space. So focus on what's in the frame. Now, here's two examples.